I want you to imagine for a second that you and a friend are walking around St. James's Park. As you're walking around the park, you notice that there's quite a few rabbits, and you say to your friend, I wonder how many rabbits are actually in this park. Now this makes you think for a second, because that's a really good question, right? How would you count every single rabbit inside St. James's Park? I mean, the first issue you have is that as you're counting these rabbits, you don't know which ones you've counted and which ones you haven't counted. And also, when you've finished, in air quotes, how do you know that you've actually counted all of the individual rabbits? So this is where we can use maths to really try and help us. So let's come up with a scheme or an idea on how we can predict or estimate the number of rabbits in St. James's Park. So let's get into it. The first thing you'd need to do is you'd need to get some kind of sample. So what you could do is you could take a sample of 20 rabbits and then put a tag or some other kind of identifier on them. This is just so you know which ones you've counted and which ones you haven't. So we get 20 and let's say put a tag. So in real life we use electronic tags sometimes. We use a dye that goes on the fur of different animals, things like that. Now logically, these 20 rabbits are a fraction of the total number of rabbits in St. James's Park, right? So 20 out of T. Okay, then what you do is you release them back into the wild, and you come back a few weeks later and you take another sample again. Now let's say that you take a sample of, let's say, 30 rabbits, and you discover that 8 of them have tags. So now what does this mean? Well, if you think about it, this should also be some kind of fraction, right? So we have 8 rabbits that are tagged out of a total of 30. Now let me give you another scenario which might help. Let's say you have a bag, and inside this bag you have 5 red balls and you have 5 blue balls. Now whenever you take out a sample of these balls, you would expect to get an even number of red and blue balls, right? Especially if the number is quite large. Like let's say we had 500 red balls and 500 blue balls. If you had to take out 10, you would expect to get roughly 5 blue and 5 red balls. This is because of the proportion, it should be the same. So in other words, the fraction of rabbits that have tags in our sample should be the same as the fraction of rabbits that we tagged initially, in terms of out of the total. So these two things should be equal to each other. And then from here, we can start rearranging the equation in order to get what the total number of rabbits in St. James's Park is. So we could times both sides by t, so we get 20 equals 8 over 30 t, you can put times t there, times both sides by 30 to get rid of that 30, so then we have 20 times 30, which would be 600, equals 8t, and then lastly we can divide both sides by 8 in order to get 75 equals t. So in this example, we're saying that there are 75 rabbits in St. James's Park. Now, what are the potential problems with this method? So if you imagine doing this in real life, what could go wrong? Because that, again, can be asked of you as well. Well, I mentioned that we have to wait a certain amount of time, let's say 2 weeks or 1 week, 3 weeks, a month or something like that. The reason for this is you want these rabbits to mix up with each other. Because if we immediately try and grab another 20, we might get all of the 20 that have tags. So we need to wait some time for them to mix up again. The second thing is we're assuming that none of these tags or dye or whatever we use fall off. Because if any of the tags or the dye is removed, then that changes this fraction, and that can cause issues as well. We also use this technique for estimating things like the size of ant colonies, bee colonies, amount of fish inside a lake, all sorts of things, because it does work really, really well. This is a very accurate estimate for the number of rabbits. So, if you found this video useful, I just wanted to let you guys know that I do have spaces in my GCSE and A-level classes. So if you'd like to know more, if you're interested, you can book a free trial lesson using the link in the pinned comment or in the description. But I'll leave you to that. Have a wonderful day.